With season 25 coming out on Blu-ray, I thought, you know what, as a little throwback, let's take a look at some of the merchandise that was coming out at the time that season 25 was airing on our screens. Now, I'm a person who normally reviews the character optioned figures, but how about we go even further back in the time machine and take a look at the Dapol TARDIS. So the way this was going to work is we're going to take a look at the packaging, the detail and the features for this very exciting retro Dapol TARDIS review. Packaging for the Dapol TARDIS, so this I believe is the second iteration of Dapol packaging, the first being the 7th Doctor title sequence packaging, then we have this packaging, the rainbow, and then we have another iteration which I believe is blue with some stars. So this is the second iteration I believe. So packaging, we have the Dapol logo, one of the series of internationally famous Doctor Who models. It's internationally famous for Doctor Who models because it was the only real company that did them, bar Dennis Fisher, and obviously Dapol, they specialised in railway models, so this was absolutely left field for Dapol to do. So we've got the window box displaying the TARDIS there, we've got this very brightly coloured sort of rainbow style thing, very late 80s, 90s vibe to the packaging. We've got the TARDIS there, Doctor Who figure. On the side we've got a picture of the TARDIS there and some information of the manufacturing. There on the back we have other Doctor Who items available. There we go, so that's what you can collect if you were into your Dapol figures. And on the other side there we've got the sort of requirements for this TARDIS. Requires 2 AA batteries, and then the TARDIS features flashing light and opening doors. That's very jazzy, isn't it? That little bubble there. And then we move back to the front. So that is the packaging for the Dapol TARDIS. The TARDIS is free of its rainbow packaging. So we're going to take a look at the detail for this TARDIS. And I say detail very sort of loosely because it's not going to be as detailed as a character options TARDIS. This is a product of the 80s. And this is just to give you sort of a vibe of what merch was like really. And, you know, a closer look at something from yesteryear. So like I said, Dapol, they specialised in railway sort of models. So them having the Doctor Who license is a bit of a curveball, as you can see by some of the figures and, you know, the likenesses and the scale. But we'll get on to that once we sort of get the figures next to the TARDIS in a minute. So let's take a look at the TARDIS. So this TARDIS has been painted in this great sort of almost quite metallic blue. When you catch it in the light, it's got this nice sort of glittery, it sort of glistens and shines. And it's sort of very reminiscent. This sort of TARDIS reminds me very much of, you know, the TARDIS as you see in the 7th Doctor title sequence in the sort of marble, as I call it, the little orb. But yeah, it's very sort of reminiscent of that. But yeah, this is a little neat little thing. So let's take a closer look at the actual TARDIS. So on the roof there, we've got the little switch and the little lamp there. As you can see, you've got the bulb and the activation switch. So we've got this nice sort of blue police box sign there, public call box. The windows have been painted silver, this sort of reflectant silver, so when it catches the light it shines. We have the little keyhole there and the handle, which haven't been given any paint apps, it's just, you know, the moulded in the blue plastic. We have the police public call sign there, which is all very nice. So we don't have the wood grain or Artex effect, it's just this sort of smooth finish. And the TARDIS itself, it feels very fragile, so it's one of those things you've got to be very careful when touching, because it's made of a very thin sort of plastic, so it could, you know, break very easily if you drop it. It probably will shatter into a million pieces, which is not what I want. On the side there you can see again the same sort of detailing there with the windows, the police box sign, and then on the back there we have the sort of, again, the windows reflecting there and the blue window frames. Not too much you can say about detail. Turning to features now, this TARDIS does have opening doors, which is good because, you know, you want your Doctor to be able to get inside the TARDIS and escape the Daleks. And the Tetraps, but the Tetraps is too busy falling over. So yeah, let's take a look at the doors. So the doors can open both ways, like so. There we go, that's a little demonstration. And as you can see, one little cool feature with the Dapol TARDIS is it has the roundels there. And some of the Dapol TARDIS, I believe the later ones, they didn't bother painting the doors and the walls grey. It was just blue, but this being an early one, they have painted it grey, much like how it was seen on our TV screens there. We've got the white roundels there, which is cool. We'll explore this feature a little bit later, because this TARDIS is sort of compatible with another Dapol TARDIS. That's, like I say, the doors can open both ways. This door's a little bit temperamental if you want it to open the other way, as you can see there. But there's a little latch there what sort of locks the door in place. But the other exciting feature this TARDIS has is lights. This is high tech for the 80s. So to activate the light, we just simply press the switch there, like so, and you can see it's this very bright light there, and it will start flashing like so. There you go. I think you can even hear it sort of flashing as well. There you go. That's the sound of the 80s toy world right there. So that's one of the features. It's very neat and cool. Nice little play feature. What feature in the TARDIS? I think the more I look at this TARDIS, the more it feels like it looks more like the season 18 TARDIS. Sort of certain angles, you know, you can sort of, it looks like it's from sort of Stage of Decay in certain ways. But yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, the other feature, what I was saying about this TARDIS, we just turned the light off. You can take this TARDIS apart, which I'm going to do very carefully, he says, which reveals, this is going to be a bit Mind Robber-esque, I think, if I do this right, like so. If you can do it gently, there we go, boom, the TARDIS has entered the land of fiction, and you can see inside the TARDIS, because this TARDIS is interactive with the TARDIS playset. I don't have the TARDIS playset, so this is a bit of a redundant feature for me, but you can have a nice little diorama for your figures if you want to as well. You know, you can have the third Doctor knocking on the door going, "Oi, what are you doing in my TARDIS? Ah, sorry." And yeah, that's what you can do there. It's a very nice little feature. You can see we've even got the little indents of the wall there on this one, which is all very cool. The sort of section panel detailing. There you can see the roundels there, and you can see that it has been cast in a blue plastic, and yeah, it's been painted over. So putting the TARDIS back together, you can see the base plate says Dapol, and you can see each side is labelled with an A and B, which corresponds with a panel of the TARDIS. So this TARDIS panel is A. So this can be really fiddly to try and do on camera, so let's see if I can find the A logo on here. Now that's going to be the real test. There we go. There, I was holding up the wrong way. There we go, there's A, and then hopefully this is a B, and you can see that it just hopefully should click together like so with those lugs, and you should have your TARDIS built back in no time. I'm going to do this off camera because I think this is going to be quite a fiddly little thing to do, but yeah, hopefully we can get this all right. So that's 3 walls done there. Let's get the other one in place. This is going to be quality viewing for you all at home, I believe, but yeah, hopefully we can get this back all together, so we can travel through time and space. But yeah, there's the TARDIS almost back together, and then the roof sort of just lines up like so with these little arrows, and then hopefully that just clinks into place, and then you have your TARDIS built back together in the traditional police box form. Let's take a look at the scale. So here is the 7th Doctor next to the TARDIS. I know Sylvester McCoy's a bit of a short fella, but yeah, I think the scale seems a little bit off, don't you think? And then you get John Pertwee, who, you know, giant of a man, and what a man he is, seems to scale it properly. It seems to be more of a fitting scale for this TARDIS. And then of course we have Silurian there, and the Dapol Dalek, one of the movie Daleks there, and some Silurians, and let's add the Tetrap in as well, because you know he's part of this as well. And then Ace is just hiding in the background. So yeah, that has been a quick little review of the Dapol TARDIS. A very fun little look back at the Doctor Who merchandise. Obviously, it's all about the playability. This has some nice little features, how it's interactive with the Dapol TARDIS, so you can expand. If you have that playset, you can make a real proper TARDIS set, really. But it's a little model. I think it's a nice little niche thing, like I said, very reminiscent of the 7th Doctor title sequence TARDIS. And just, yeah, a fun little curio to have in the collection, and a nice little thing to see how it does, really. Yeah, really lovely little thing to have in the collection. So if you enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe for plenty more Doctor Who figure related content coming up in the near future, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.